today we're going to go over this position of having your foot in between their knees and your other leg behind your own foot, having a nice stiff arm, not bent, against their collarbone, and one hand behind you. This is a really nice position that I had kind of forgotten about, and there's a couple things we're going to go over today with this position. So the first one is a super lazy loop choke that I like to do from here. If you look at the way I'm gripping his collar, I'm not way up for like cross collar type grip. I'm more a little lower with my knuckles, the flat of my knuckles against his collarbone, so that even if he's pushing into me, I have control. If he starts trying to come around me, I can just kind of scoot around him, even if he comes this way. I'm able to kind of control him and keep distance, which is what we want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull him into me while flaring my elbow towards his other shoulder and pushing his head down. Now my cutting bone is against his trachea at the moment, so what I'm going to do is start to now wrench my elbow up towards the ceiling so it's more on his carotid. Now I'm going to loop my own hand behind his head and just peeking it out of my elbow. I'm going to simultaneously push down with my looping hand and pull up with my collar grip hand. And you notice I also use my body to torque a little bit so that I'm not just using my deltoid for the movement of the choke. I'm kind of putting my whole body into it in order to keep my distance and be able to protect myself while I'm getting ready for this setup. The second I feel him pressuring into me is a good time to go for this. And then I'm just going to. So that's the first one. So now we're going for part two from this position. I have his, I have his collar, the flats of my knuckles are on his collarbone, and I'm nice and stiff arm, creating a nice frame here and giving myself nice support. So one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to sit back, and if he does that, I can just do a nice little tap over, and pass. But he may try to grab my, hip or something and drive into me. That's the moment you want to do this. So as he's driving into me, I'm going to slightly scoot to the side and drag him across and grab his lat and connect myself to him while keeping this hook. Since the leg was already in between his knees, it should naturally turn into your bottom hook. Make sure you stay connected to them. Don't be way out here, because then he's just gonna, now I'm in bottom half, which is great if you're a bottom half player, but if you're wanting to take the back for this move, you have to make sure you get your chest up behind his scapula, grab his lat and stay connected. Now you can shoot in your choking arm and then just scoot back. And you could, if they are defending the second hook, what I will do is clamp my feet over their hip and then stretch them a little bit. And then throw the other hook in. And then now I have, my chokes or whatever you want to go for, but we have this nice little back position here at this point. It all came from this initial grip. So we were here, I'll show you from this side. Here, he's either gonna sit back and I'll do the little nice tap over, pass into a cross collar or something, or he's gonna drive into me, in which I'm going to kind of push to the side. This is now a hook. I'm immediately coming on top and kind of making it so that he can't turn this into a top half for himself. I'll sometimes even grab the lapel or, just kind of hold their lat or grab their lapel if I can, just to keep this control. Then I'm going to shoot in my choking arm. If I can, you can grab a collar there. Back up a little bit. If he doesn't let me get that second hook, clamp over the hip while you have your grips and stretch your opponent. And then you can generally throw that second hook in and go for your attacks. One more time. Here. Driving in, coming off to the side, immediately hook. You can grab here if you want to, or just, you know, the lat, depending on how wide your opponent is, right? Come in, pull them back, grab. If, you know, can't get that second hook, clamp, stretch, insert, go for all the things you want to go.